Classics. When you think of classic games, regardless of what it is, be it Mario, Super Mario, Contra, Aladdin, Cliffhanger, anything of that nature, it strikes a special chord in all of us. Pretty sure we all have that one special game that strikes nostalgia within us and reminds us of better times, you know. For ages, I've been on the hunt for a system that could capture all that nostalgia in one small package, and I think today I may have found it. It's with great pleasure that I introduce all you guys to the super classic game, Amusement System. Boasting a library of over 800 games, a lot of them being those classics, as I spoke about earlier. It doesn't completely do the trick, but I think it's fair to say it scratches the itch. But yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video and take a closer look at this system that I acquired. How's it going, YouTube? Himothy himself, Slickwick here, and as you can see on your screen right now, the system that we'll be talking about today, you can find it on Amazon. I got it for a bit of a steal. On here it says it retails for $150, but I got a little bit cheaper, so we'll just go ahead and dive into that story, and I'll kind of explain how I even came to find this game that I've been searching for something like it for so long. So I took a trip down to Myrtle Beach with my girlfriend. She had just turned 21. Trip made sense, you know. It's like she wanted to go to like a super touristy vacation, you feel me? Like just the average American vacation. And what better place to do it than Myrtle Beach, you know? So also along with that, I had never seen the ocean, which I got to see. That was pretty dope. Never seen a palm tree either. Got to experienced that for the first time. That's kind of why I've been a little behind on content for you guys, but I've been working on keeping stuff flowing steady for you guys. Appreciate all of you staying tuned and sticking with me. Yeah, let's get into how I was able to get my hands on this system for the low price of $40 instead of the $159 you see it posted here for on Amazon. This is a pretty simple story. It's actually a pretty funny story. So me and my girlfriend, while we're in Myrtle Beach visiting, of course, we want to do a whole bunch of touristy shit, so we take a trip up to the mall. She's got to grab a couple things, you know, for going out and shit while we're in town. And as we're in the mall, we pass by this kiosk, and the kiosk has this little old Asian lady in it. And she's sitting there looking super old and frail and stuff, and I see something playing on the TV in the stand, and she signals over to me, only $40, come look. So, you know, I gotta slide through and see what she's talking about, pique my interest, and what she had was this. The game that you see right here in front of you is what she had for me. Went ahead and grabbed it as a souvenir and kind of something to make content for you guys and myself as well. And yeah, here we are. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and hop into the unboxing and take a look at what all this has to offer. So starting off with the basic hardware that comes with the system, as you can see, you get an HDMI and a power cord. The power cord is just a regular Android cable, just USB. It's not Type-C or anything. It just plugs directly into a power outlet. HDMI is pretty self-explanatory. Comes with two controllers. It is a little janky, so of course they're not Nintendo branded controllers. They're like cheap knockoffs, kind of like the Mad Catz controllers you would get for like PS2 or Xbox back in the day. But same buttons. It's got all the same functions. It'll do the trick. It doesn't really matter, especially for the amount of games you're getting for the price. Came with the system itself. The buttons are functional. With the games being pre-installed, there's obviously no need for cartridges. Get a little bit better look at this. It's got, like I said, the USB port for your power cable. HDMI. It's very rudimentary, very simple. You'll notice on the front, it has like the little controller slots. The controllers, actually those little latches on the bottom, you pull those forward and it pops out to display the actual controller ports, which is the same port for like the Wii U controller, I think. But all the buttons are functional. The power does go up and down and turn it on. The reset button just takes you back to like the main menu that displays all the game, like your game selection menu. Comes with a manual, explains all the components and everything. It's pretty simple, just kind of plug and play. Here's a better look at the system with the controllers and everything, kind of propped it up so you get a look for how small it is in scale compared to the controllers. Take a look inside the user manual. It's got all the components listed out, numbered, explains how to do everything that the system can do. The games are pre-installed, so like I said, it's just plug and play. Some TVs with 4K may experience some issues using it, but I believe they detail how to solve any problems you might come across within the manual. There's a little preview of the main screen. We've pretty much covered all the components and everything. Comes with 800 games. The labeling for them is kind of wonky. So, like, they got action games and they got shoot games. Not shooting, just shoot games. But, I mean, obviously it's probably made overseas, I would assume. So, you know, the grammar isn't the greatest, but that's not really what you're purchasing something like this for. So, it's not too big of a deal to me. You see they got pretty much, you name it, they got it. Conan, Castlevania, got a lot of Japanese games on there as well. Of course, with Nintendo being a Japanese-owned company, that makes sense. Phyllis the Cat 1, Phyllis the Cat 2, even Garfield. Like, it's got a lot of games that even I didn't play on the NES or SNES growing up, which I think is pretty dope. Kirby's Adventure, Lethal Weapon, Mario is missing. Might do a gameplay on that. Leave something in the comments if you guys would like to see me cover that. I gave it a try already, in all honesty. It seems pretty intriguing. I don't know if many people played it. I've never heard of it. So, yeah, if you guys want to see any content on that, be sure to leave something in the comments for me. I guess these are the shoot games, not shooting, but you got like your basics, your 1941 through 45s. You got Ghostbuster, Gunsmoke, which is pretty crazy that they got that on there. Your Contras, everything like that. Jurassic Park is another banger they got on there. No Donkey Kong, unfortunately. I was looking for Donkey Kong, but it does say 8-bit games, and I believe Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 were all 16-bit. Correct me if I'm wrong. All the RoboCops. We got some sports games. Got Punch-Out. It's not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but, you know, Punch-Out is Punch-Out. Beggars can't be choosers. For $40, 800 games, you really can't complain. But all in all, I think it runs pretty smooth. Everything, all the games run pretty smooth. You do got a couple games with any emulator, you know, there's a couple games that are unplayable, but when you run the percentages, it's really not as many as you would expect it to be. There goes Punch-Out. We got Tecmo Bowl. Got some WWE games in there as well, or it may even be WWF back before all the copyright DMCA stuff with the World Wildlife Federation and all that. Even got sumo wrestling, you know, past Tecmo up there. WWF King of the Ring, WWF WrestleMania Challenge. Yeah, but all in all, I'd give the system like a 8, 9 out of 10. It performs what it's supposed to perform. It runs how it's supposed to run, and for the amount of games you get, you really can't complain. But with that being said, appreciate all you guys for watching all the way to the end. If you're new to the channel, or even if you're not, make sure you click that like, subscribe, notification bell so you're notified about all my new content. And yeah, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.